everything.
Odd. What the fuck? Well, it says we're streaming, but I don't see anything actually saying that we're streaming, so I'm very confused. Okay, over here it shows.
Yeah, I see the stream on YouTube, and it
I
shows you
see it
live.
on the computer, but not on the tablet,
Ooh.
which is odd.
Viren's froze. There we go.
I'm jumping off of the
Okay,
page
over here it
until he
shows.
gets it fixed. That's why.
Yeah, I see the stream on YouTube, and it
I
shows you
see
live.
it on the computer, but not on the tablet. Oh, whatever. I hear sound. That's good enough for me.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't know what's going on with the whole tablety dablety here. Let me refresh the screen again. Maybe. Hey, guess what, guys? Refresh the fucking screen. Fucking dick fuck. God damn it. Oh,
Oh
I
my.
suck. Yeah, I suck.
I think
all
God
right.
needs a hug.
You know I might actually. All right, Trace, take it away.
Well, let me see if I can remember what we did. Because, I don't take notes for this game. I just wing it. We left the Invocation Tower, and Trace scouted ahead, and we came upon the ruins of a fallen tower. And then Kappa and Trace realized what we were standing on, which was the fallen tower, so we backtracked to the base of where it had fallen from, and heard some mysterious insect-like noises. Upon some investigation, Trace discovered that it's hundreds of tiny little undead hands very slowly digging out what was the remnants of the necromancy tower. They've been at this for 2,000 years. They're just not going very quickly. So we gave up on that thought and figured, oh, well, let's follow the tower to where it fell to see if the top's intact, and we did so. Found that it wasn't. But ended up right next to the divination tower, which there's a mysterious pit with benches around it to the north, and then the garden to the south, which Trace had said he would check on the garden for the dryad. We all decided to investigate the divination tower, so we took a leisurely stroll up to the top, which was, got some eyes and things everywhere because it's divination. And we get to the very top, and of course it's not trapped. We just open the door and just ever so nonchalantly walk in to find that the top of the tower had been hit by falling debris when the city had crashed, and our message that we were looking for was nowhere to be found. But there was still a relic from the god of divination sitting there at the top, a crystal ball that had a bunch of eyes swimming around in it. Zarcius touched it and cast Identify and found out that it was said magical divine object, and that you could ask it questions in like the location of something, and it would give you the answer for it. But there was a price to pay. Of course, certain members of the party were just, right on top of that. and figured out where the part of the wall that was missing that had the message is at, and then, Zarcius talked his sister into, asking another question, like, where's the necromancy message at, which is, of course, in the pit with all the undead hands. And then Mirren asked an unknown question, something that he's looking for in the city, and lost an eye, too. So anybody who touched the orb and asked a question lost an eye. It was a good time. So then we took a trip back down, and we had a couple destinations to go. We had the pit, we had the garden, we had the divination message, and the necromancy message. So we're like, we're here next to the garden, let's go take a field trip. So we went in there, and, everything's kind of dead. Found the nether oak, and had a good old chuckle with ourselves, because turns out the damn thing speaks common, and we just could have walked up and asked it a question. Bully for us. It then decided, that it really liked seeing people get killed, and it was going to give us a wand because it wanted to see somebody die. It's a really perverted tree like that, a little twisted. He likes to get his jollies in some weird ways. Also, it could help him reconnect the garden to where the Dryad's at, and then the place wouldn't be so drab. So, bonus for everyone. Powerful object. Someone dies. Trace and Zarcius were kind of like, let's come up with a super cool plan to circumvent the rules and, bring somebody back to life. And then Trace is like, well, why does it have to be a wand? Maybe I want a fancy new bow. So, we got the bow, and as soon as I touched the bow, I attuned to it and rolled a d7 and randomly killed someone who just so happened to be Marigold. The real icing on that cake is I could have killed myself, which would have been hilarious.
It really would have been.
Even of course, Zarcius was not happy about said events. And Trace knew what had happened because he had attuned to the bow, which was that Marigold's soul essentially got absorbed into the tree, and basically anything short of a true resurrection or a wish wasn't not going to bring her back. Of course, he tried to explain that, but they tried to revivify anyway to no effect, although it did cause it to power the garden a bit more. So that's good. For me, for Trace, your team. I found that if I kill enough things to where the tree can get enough joy out of it with the bow, it'll absorb their souls and repower the garden. Nobody really cared about that but Trace. Zarcius took Marigold's body out from the garden because it was trying to be absorbed into it. And then decided to hide her body in the illusion trap in the illusion tower. The tree gave Trace some cryptic messages that I have not shared yet, and I will keep to myself for now. And he polymorphed into a giant eagle, flew over there while we set up camp and divvied up Marigold spoils among ourselves, and he came back, and that's about where we're at.
Yeah, that's about where we're at. That's basically it. Great job.
Very exciting.
Let's. All right, Trace. Roll me a d20.
And we all die.
Is 20 the meteor? 18.
18. Very nice. All right, now a d6.
Oh, we're doing the random thing again. 2.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I got to get rid of. Goodbye, Marigold. I need a.
I mean, it's a total of 20 now.
Roll me a d12.
Another 2. Dice say 2.
Okay. Pick 2 player characters. And it can include yourself if you would like.
You know what? How about Alton and Mirren? Because they've got 2 eyes between them.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yep, he's not wrong.
I mean, why not? The dice were saying 2. This was the first thing that popped in my head.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Alton Mirren, something happened to you. You don't know what. All right. You guys have divvied up the stuff.
Do I feel any different?
I mean, your head hurts. Half the world's dark.
Just
No different than 30 seconds ago. But you guys have divvied up what I would say the more consumable items from Marigold's possessions. Because, excuse me, deciding that when Marigold is brought back, her things like her belt and her axe and her tent and whatnot, she's gonna want back. So that kind of stuff wasn't divvied up. It was just the more consumable items, so her healing potions and whatever other potions that were handed out. But Zarcius comes back in his large owl form, giant owl form. So settles down, and the evening is yours. What would you like to do?
How many in-game days has it been since I received that compel? And has it
one.
passed by then?
Only one. And no, it has not passed yet. You have a few more hours left. Poor Kappa has days, and so does Villain.
I'm pretty sure Villain will either die or will be done here before she's done with her.
Surprised he didn't kill off Villain instead of Marigold.
I rolled random dice, unfortunately, and the first one that matched Trace's number was who was going to die. I rolled Villains first. She did not roll a 2. Rolled Marigold second. Marigold rolled a 2. It's good times.
It's the 2s, man.
Yeah.
Everything happens in 2s.
Unless it's eyes, then it's 3s, then 2.
That reminds me. Goodbye, Mirren.
See, that's why Marigold had to go. We had to get down back to 2 eyes.
And hello, Mirren.
Oh, my new mirror. Oh, God, I'm really small on this map.
Yeah. So you guys are all back together. What do you want to do?
How long did it take for Zarcius to make the trip there and back again?
Hobbit's Tale.
Not quite an hour. Just under that.
Okay.
Because while he's quick, he was also being very stealthy, then breaking through the illusion, spending some time, saying some words, deciding whether or not to go launch the laser to destroy the world, deciding not to, and flying back. I would say maybe 40 minutes has passed.
Could have done it, man.
Is the tent packed up, or do we need to do that still?
I would have. You said you wanted to take Flower Power or whatever the tent was called, so I assume that we are hanging out around it, waiting for you to get back whenever you get back.
Right. So once I get there, switch back to Zarcius and... Right. Anyone want to help me get the tent so we can get moving?
Sure.
So
I'm
you're going to
kinda
collect
short.
the tent then?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of short, but I can get the lines. So then we roll it up and fold it, pack it, tie it, pack it in.
All right, Zarcius, you have the tent.
Hey, let's get out of here. Sooner the better.
Okay, where are we going first?
I don't know.
Hey, you all said you wanted to go to that hole first, and then go to the... get the message that we know is in the same direction.
Response. That would be the divination message.
I...
Elton should know exactly where it is.
Okay. So, do I know where it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll tell everybody which way and where to go and how far it is, and off we go.
I mean, so maybe you guys have forgotten. You guys know that it's past the hole in the ground that you've already discovered. You haven't really investigated the big hole in the ground, but you know it's past that.
Okay.
So where do you want to go?
So, are we going to the hole in the ground first?
I'm
I
interested
believe
to
it's-
see what's in the hole.
I believe it's on the way. It's in the same direction, so we might as well see what's there.
Okay. Off we go.
Hey, Adam.
Yep.
Cap is asking for the stream in Discord so we can see.
Never.
There's nothing to see yet,
I
but
don't think he cares.
I guess. Share my screen. Go live. There you go. Zoom in a bit. There we go. Okay. So since we are, so I'm just gonna move the mythical roller dragon for being you guys. That's just gonna be the easiest way to do this for now.
Okay.
And I need to turn this on so that way then this is directed. There we go. All right. So heading north-ish to what you guys discovered, big hole in the ground. As you get closer to it, there is a lot of ice around this part. A significant amount. Now I know that at least some of you should have crampons to put on. I don't remember if all of you do, though. And I don't know if with Trace does that matter because of your Arctic stuff. I know you get some bonuses you can share.
Honestly,
I just don't remember if that was one of them or not.
It's been so long since we even talked about it, I kind of forgot. No, that's not the right thing. Difficult terrain doesn't slow my group's travel. I can't become lost by any means except magical. I'm alert basically all the time. If I'm traveling stealthy alone, it's a normal pace. I can find food. That's about it. I
Okay.
can make intelligence or wisdom checks related to my favorite terrain, and my proficiency bonus is doubled if it's a skill I'm proficient in.
All right. So I'm going to say that you guys are going to be walking slowly. Just
I
because
have
of the
crampons.
slipperiness.
So, not going to slow me down.
So you're
but
going to leave
I'll
everybody
match their-
behind?
I'll match their pace.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just not going to take any risks.
All right.
Since elemental adept for cold that's just on. That doesn't help me walking or
Nope.
Only for cold damage.
not feel the cold or.
Nope.
It should. If he's an adept to cold, then that means that he should be immune to effects of cold. Be able to use it. I'm just throwing this out there.
Vulnerable to cold? I got it. Yeah.
No, not vulnerable.
Yeah,
The
you
opposite of
sacrifice
vulnerable.
your vulnerability to cold in order to be able to do extra cold damage. That seems like a fair trade.
No, it follows the same link process of me being a forge cleric. I have an affinity to fire stuff, and I'm only resistant to it. I'm not immune to it.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet.
Okay. Anyway, so you guys are walking just carefully. Again, I don't think everybody has crampons. I believe most of you do. I don't think everybody does.
I don't think I do.
Okay. So what you come to is this basically big hole in the ground, and these benches all around it. The benches almost look like they're made of ice. But you can definitely tell there's a layer of ice. This whole thing has this layer of ice. And there's a big hole. Does anybody want to get close to it, or what do you want to do?
Mirren wants to get close to it and look down cautiously.
Of course he does. Cool. Well, Mirren, give me a perception check.
La la la. Everybody was kung fu fight.
Isn't that a disadvantage as well?
It should give him a message that says so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I lost my right eye. 23.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Hey, when you roll a 19 and a 20.
Excellent. Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay. How far is your dark vision?
60 feet, I believe.
Okay. So 60 feet down, super black.
Yeah, this thing goes deep, guys.
Yeah. And you know that's not the end of it. Super black.
Is there any pebbles around me anywhere? Or stones or something?
Everything is completely iced over here.
I need a rock or something. I'm gonna drop a coin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna listen to see how far down it goes before it makes impact. 1 silver piece.
Hey, before you drop that, I could cast light on it. It would probably help.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can cast light. Alright, so cast light on it and then drop it.
Okay.
Ooh, that's why I need a fake eye that I can cast light on.
Oh man. Well. Alright, so you drop the coin. And it falls and falls and falls. Lights on it, obviously. When it hits about where you couldn't see anymore, so when the coin itself hits about 60 feet down, you can see that the light begins to reveal this massive scaly back, and then the coin keeps falling. And it reveals this massive tail. The coin keeps falling. And it reveals this junction of shoulder blades and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 necks as the coin ting about 100 feet down as these heads and this body starts moving and shifting as all of them look up.
Mm-hmm.
And I slide back from the edge and say, "There's a 5-headed lizard down there," and I move.
I feel like I might have heard a story of a creature like this. Does it ring any bells?
He hasn't. Well, he said 5-headed creature. Give me a.
I said 5-headed lizard.
Oh, he said okay. So 5-headed lizard. Give me a nature roll based off of the fact that he said it's a lizard. Give me a nature roll.
Mm-hmm. Great.
He's assuming because it has scales and 5 heads, it's a 5-headed lizard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's 100% fair.
It's another 23.
That's very good roll. Very good roll. Excuse me. I just want a basic map, guys. Like, that's just it. You know what? We're gonna have to just do this. Nope, we can't do that. How about this one?
It's just the fact that it's like, I just want a basic map. It's like, oh yeah, here we go. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He just needs a big circle. That's all he needs, right?
Congratulations, you've activated my trap card.
I just like how everything he wants, out of everything he has, he wants a basic map and is having a hard time finding one.
I got an alleyway map in the Crown of the Oathbreaker. Yeah.
Now, what he's actually doing is he's looking for a map that subtly in the background it just says "Hail Hydra" in the background.
Subtle.
No, he didn't say anything about wings. It could be a Hydra. You gotta go there.
That's what I was.
Let's
above
hope it's
table,
not a false
that's what I'm
Hydra, because
thinking.
that's even worse.
Ooh, wait. Were the heads multicolored or were they all one color?
You don't know. You backed up too quickly.
Okay. Hopefully it's not a god just choosing this place to sleep.
Then I need to pull everybody over here. 23. 5-headed lizard. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't.
So-
doesn't make any sort of sense.
How big around is this hole?
You're about to find out.
It's
Please
about
hold.
100 feet deep, give or take. I can tell you that much.
Here, let's just go ahead and activate this map.
I won.
Ooh, yeah, great name.
I don't have any tokens on this map.
Mhm.
Ah, there we go. And I can't see nothing.
Okay, now let's.
Apple will be muted unless he needs to talk.
Since he cast light on the coin, I can still have light on my ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it looks like King Ghidorah. We should break out some Mecha Godzilla. We can have some monster mash.
You want to go ahead and cast light on yourself?
Yeah.
Because this is a dark place, so you would have some kind of light. Trace looks like they could see.
Yep.
Hey.
Whew.
Excellent. All right.
It is King Ghidorah.
So here's what's going on. This barrier here is the hole. Okay. Now I believe you probably guys can't see it, but if you zoom out, there is another line here. So if you go too far, you'll see a white line. The white line is the edge of your battle area. Keep in mind, all this stuff that's here obviously isn't actually here. I'm using a different map. It's clear there are some benches, so we'll call these pillars. These are benches just together. But again, all this is ice.
Mhm.
All of it.
Well, it's a good thing I had my crampons on.
Yep, it's good that I have mine on. And
Okay.
technically, if one person's missing crampons, they could take Marigold's because she had crampons, and they would have had them in the bag.
Sir, where do you think I got my crampons from?
Oh, okay, there you go.
I think Mirren's the only one with... No, because I would have gotten... What's his name?
Can someone check if see if I have any?
Oh, you should, because you were with us when we all got crampons, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Kappa
this
should.
particular character wasn't with y'all when y'all got crampons.
Let's see if he ever added some to his bag. Excuse me.
Ooh, I
He
got a nice
does.
little-
Guys, he's got crampons for days. He's got 6. 6 sets of crampons.
It's a lot of
Everybody's got crampons. You get a crampon, and you get a crampon, and you get a crampon. But wait, buy now, and I'll double your order.
With more crampons.
All right.
Nope, we're free of crampons.
So, so Zarsis, a 5-headed lizard just doesn't make any version of sense to you. That what?
So, is there a benefit in doing anything with this, or should we just go?
If we don't need to fight something as big as what I just saw, I suggest we leave. If we can, because he started moving after the light hit his head.
I'm going to ask if I can borrow one of those sets of crampons.
You
Not
will
speaking
get some
tampons.
crampons.
Me too.
You're gonna get some crampons. You're gonna get some crampons.
Do I remember what the hole was used for?
Sir, go ahead and give me a failed history roll.
Wow.
Confidence.
My feelings are hurt. 13.
Oh man. 13. You know what? 13's not bad. I would say that you would know that for whatever reason, you don't know why, for whatever reason, they called this place the Wellspring of Answers, and that students would sit on the benches, which now that you look a little bit closer to them, are actually made of some kind of crystal. Sure, they're covered in ice, but they're definitely some kind of crystal. They would meditate on these benches. That's all you got.
Cool. Nothing pertinent here then.
I'm gonna keep walking away from the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him.
You guys start to hear what sounds like crunching. And after a crunch, the ground seems to shift ever so slightly.
Ooh la la.
Followed by another crunch. The ground shifting.
So we either need to move quickly or we need to prepare, because I'm pretty sure that means the thing is trying to come up here.
Yeah, I'm
What?
trying to move away.
Question.
Yeah.
Does them moving away correspond with the crunches?
No. Well, the crunches are too loud for it to be their crunches.
Gotcha.
Another crunch. Just shaking. This time it's a little bit more pronounced, as though the source of shaking isn't quite as far.
Won't let me move.
The game's not paused. You should be able to move.
Nope.
Game's not paused.
See, you can move me, but I can't move myself.
We're already set to combat, that's why.
Yeah,
Ah.
movement is set to combat, yep.
There's
That's
no
right.
encounters.
Yeah, it says no active encounter.
Okay. Here, let me do this. And let me end combat. How about
Free
now?
movement.
Yeah, that works.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm going around.
You said none of this exists.
None of this. So the only thing that is, so these gray pillars are the benches. So just imagine
Okay.
these gray pillars are connected. Imagine these gray pillars are connected.
Okay.
They're pillars. There's nothing behind them. So if you like move past them, whatever, I don't give a fuck. When you get to the white line, that's basically the edge of the combat area. Because you gotta remember that place is huge. This is you guys like. I imagine Kappa's going to be following the rest of you.
Yes.
So you guys are decking out.
Yep.
All right. So you hear the crunch, and crunch, and
And I'm as far as I can go.
I think Trace. No. Everybody would be able to. Yeah, everybody would be able to see this eventually. So the coin is still lit. So you guys are able to see coming out from the hole this massive claw coming up, and the talons themselves digging in, as one of the heads comes up and flicks the coin back, and then
Ooh.
you guys hear a
Is it nestled itself back at the bottom of the hole?
maybe.
I'm not risking it. He might have got upset because it's a wishing well and he's the one that grants the. So he flicked the coin back. Is it back up here or is it down
Yeah.
back in the hole?
No, it's back up here.
Oh. I wonder if he got just pissed off at the light.
So at least we don't have to worry about being chased, and we can just go on our merry way.
And head towards our next destination.
Aye.
When did I prepare divination?
You prepared it in case we make it back to the transmutation tower.
Mhm.
Okay.
You don't have it prepared. You have it bookmarked, favorited.
Yeah, bookmarked. I wanted to prepare
I
it.
think you wanted to, so you're marking it for if you ever survive long enough to have a long rest for that one tower.
Yeah, I got Death Ward prepared.
Yeah, that's what the green is. So you guys gotta skirt this hole and keep going to where Alton says there's something else. The other part.
Yep.
Okay.
I like how we get into that map like, nope.
That's fine.
When the party actually agrees to nope out.
Well, when none of us know how the well works, it's better to just leave it alone than provoke a beast.
Yeah, because it could be something very benign that we don't want to stir up and just have it decide to come after us.
Yeah, we've seen too many other things that want to kill us while we're here, so.
Yeah,
It's
let's
good.
not make more enemies than we need to.
Everybody give me perception sound checks, please.
Does that leave me, I'm still at disadvantage or no?
No. That would be a normie roll for you.
Alright, cool.
Shazam.
Trace.
Oh fuck! I'm not even gonna bother rolling for Kappa. Now when Trace gets a fucking 31 bullshit piece of fuck. You know what though? I don't want Kappa to feel left out. Let me roll for Kappa.
Someone's at my door. I'll be right back.
Pizza guy.
Ding dong.
All question marks. Who knows what it was?
Oh, whoops. It was 13. I didn't realize that was on blind. Whatever. Well, let's see. Alton, Mirren, and for 100% Trace, you all hear some noise coming from this particular building.
Now, is that the building that I know has...
Nope.
No, that's not that building.
Nope.
Does it sound like Jizz from Star Wars?
No, no, no. If I had to say, it sounds more like what were the little spaceships that like Darth Vader would fly in? What would
TIE
he?
fighter?
TIE fighters.
The TIE
All right.
fighters?
It sound. What are they? I don't. Guys, I only needed one to tell me that I didn't have my geek card today, okay? It sounds like a TIE fighter crashing into the Death Star.
Yeah. That sounds ominous.
So it
It-
sounds
like,
like
we-
explosions.
And bunch of crashings and bangings and explosions, yes.
Is it just constantly going on, or was it like the one, and then?
No, it's continuous.
Okay.
Not like bang, 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 like not like a bunch of explosions, but like, and then a few seconds goes by, and a few more seconds.
Hey,
Uh,
Trace, you want to go check that out since you're the sneaky one?
Before I answer that question, do I remember what this building was for?
You want to go ahead and give me a failed roll, please?
Sir, I would love to give you some more failed rolls.
I'd rather him fail these rolls than
8.
fail the ones that matter.
Either this is the brothel
That's a really rough brothel.
or a bazaar.
A bizarre what?
Yes,
Like,
Like the
Like the
a
marketplace.
bazaar.
marketplace.
Bazaar. Either a brothel or a bazaar.
sounds like some really rough brotheling going on.
I mean, I assume that I can just see that there's a door in the front, right? That's open. I guess.
This is a big old hole in the wall where it looks like something either broke in or broke out.
Perfect. I'm just not even gonna respond to Mirren's question, and I'll sneak over there and take a look.
Give me a successful sneak check.
You know what? I'm gonna subvert expectations and roll a 1. Damn.
I mean,
would've walked-
Technically,
you
one.
rolled 2 of them, you overachiever.
He does everything in twos.
It's the 2s. He's right. It's the 2s. When
All right.
involved like Jim Carrey in that 13 or 23 movie, whatever it was.
So when you sneak in there, the interior really spins up the old memory banks, and you remember that this place isn't a brothel. It is a bazaar of the bazaar. It used to once be a marketplace that sold relics of arcane wonder. Now, everything inside is mangled, destroyed. Chunks of ice and stone are everywhere. You can see that whatever remnants of arcane tools that are still around are just useless, broken. There's nothing seems to be functioning in here. But that's not the coolest part. The coolest part is that there is a massive iron golem that is just rampaging around in here. Without its head. The head itself seems to be missing. Give me an intelligence roll, please.
Yeah, okay. My God.
What luck is that?
Super secret whisper time.
Whisper with dark side.
Look, it's because I can empathize. He's a robot. I'm a robot. I get him. All right.
Hey, I don't know what he's losing his head about. All right.
I mean, none of us do. He's already lost it.
Why is this not working again?
He lost his mind a long time ago.
Cannot get property of null reading get content.
Mirroring shows back up and stuff doesn't work.
Ugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Usually,
Would
it's just going around randomly and swinging.
Well, that was going to be my question. Is there any pattern to its madness, or is it just randomly doing things?
It seems like without any other senses to direct it, it's just randomly going in a direction and crushing things in its path.
Well, I'm not going to risk trying to find anything that could be useful in here and getting pulverized in the process. So I'm going to go back to the party and information is available. This was the bazaar of bizarre things? Maybe? I don't have all the information. It seems to be destroyed. Also, there is a rampaging iron golem inside. That is missing its head.
No, I don't want to deal with something that's lost its head.
I think we've already dealt with that a few times, so not again.
Response: I believe its head is in the caverns above us. I remember seeing it.
So, is it looking for its head?
Response: It does not have a head for me to ask or for it to answer.
The
way it sounds like it's not going to be able to answer anything.
Where exactly did we see its head?
It was in the caverns above us. I'm sure I could lead us there if we went back.
Only Trace saw the head, by the way. It was on
I don't remember
one of the
exactly where it's
excursions
at, but I
that
think I know
he
where it's
went
at.
all stealthy and told you all to get bent.
Mm-hmm.
Or my version if he told you all to get bent.
All right, so instead of going into the bazaar of the bazaar, just keep going.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to risk getting pulverized today.
I agree.
Response: Perhaps if we can come up with a way to retrieve its head, it will be thankful and help us destroy Oral.
Yeah, but if it doesn't have a head, how would it know that we have a head to put back on it?
Response: I believe it is thrashing around looking for its head. If it touches it, it will probably reattach.
Okay.
If we could find the head, or well, if you could lead us to the head, probably not right now, but later, and then we just bring it here and throw it
And let it
near
have it.
him or even at him. You should find it and put it on.
Response: I find this acceptable.
Yeah, we'll find it, just not right at this moment.
Response: We have already found it, but we will not retrieve it now.
Okay.
Moving on then?
Moving on.
Alright. So from where you guys are at, here, you can see a little bit of light from here.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
And either it's flickering at a strange pace, or something keeps moving in front of the light source.
That light, is that where we're going?
Pretty damn close, Alton. It either is where you're headed to, or really, really fucking close.
I say we go that direction. What's the
Let's
worst
go.
that can happen? With everything we've seen here so far, with my childlike curiosity wanting to know what's over there, I'm going to head that direction.
Yep, let's go.
Oh, my sense of wonder, not childlike curiosity.
Same thing.
Alright.
Wait.
So, making your way. Boop. When you guys get close enough, and really, you guys aren't really this close, but Trace with their dark vision is going to be able to see this way before anybody else. Trace, what you're going to see is this tower that seems to be held relatively upright by a ring of arched buttresses. You can see humanoid figures standing around it. About 6, 7 maybe. And they're moving. They're not Nothics. You can't really tell too many features. There's not a light source here. It's up inside here. You can see that one of them is wearing some kind of like loose, maybe cloth type of clothing. A handful of them are definitely wearing some kind of armor, because you can tell there's a helmet, but you can't really, with dark vision, you can't really get too many more details.
Corey, would you like me to scout forward ahead and figure out what they are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you share that you see them? Because you're the only one who does.
Oh, well then, yeah, I would share that I see them first.
Okay.
7 humanoids, one's wearing robes, 4 wearing something else. They are bipedal, I assume.
Yes. I mean, it's not. You guys have a light source, so it's not like you're really stealthy or hidden.
Well, then, it doesn't matter. Response. Zarcius, you are the most eloquent of the group. Perhaps you should talk to them.
Sure. Are we even needing to do this, by the way? Like, do we need to talk to them, or...
Inquiry, how many living things have you seen in Yithrin? I believe this is odd. Perhaps they are trespassing. We might have to kill them.
You're starting to sound like the security system here. You're scaring me.
Response, you are here to help me in aiding the city of ridding the city of Oral. You have permission to be here.
Okay then.
And you're welcome.
What can I say other than you're welcome?
All right, so you guys just gonna walk
Response,
up? Oh shit!
I am still on the fence about Alton. He was previously trespassing.
Well, maybe Alt will be the next number 2 that you roll.
We'll find out.
Yep.
All right, so walking up, what you can see are definitely humanoids, as the light source, which I think is what, 30 feet of bright light, and then like 40 feet of dim, or is it 60 feet dim?
It's 15.
20 feet of... yeah, bright light in 20 feet, and then dim light of 20 feet, so 20.
All right, so it's really 40 feet dim, because dim light goes beyond the bright, and then 20 feet bright. Okay. So when they hit dim light, that's when basically the rest of you guys can see. And then when you get to just before bright light, who's leading? Is Zarcius leading currently because he has the light source, or is Trace leading? I need order here. Who's in front? Who's first?
Trace told me that I should talk to him, so I'm assuming I'm walking up first. Like,
Okay.
And then
Excellent.
I'll be right behind him.
Okay. So just before you hit the bright vision where you can really see very well, Zarcius, a message directly into your mind. So this is not spoken out loud. This is directly into your mind. The inflections are weird, making you think that what their natural language is not common, but because of the way that telepathy works, you're able to understand them. Okay? So basically the message, if you will, that you get is one of these figures, or multiple, well, it's only one voice currently. So one of these figures is telling you to stop and turn away. Do not come any closer. Do you stop or keep going?
I'll stop.
Okay.
I'm assuming I can speak back telepathically. So is there a reason I shouldn't be coming closer?
You would be getting the response that you do not have permission from the master to be here.
Can you tell me who the master is, and maybe I can go get permission then?
It just repeats itself that you need to leave.
I take a couple steps back and turn to the group. Right, so I got a message saying that shouldn't come any closer and that we don't have permission from the master to enter.
Well, that's lame.
And so I ask, who's the master?
Right, I asked that and they just said, don't come closer, you should leave.
Maybe
So-
Trace knows?
Response: there were lots of people with the designation master. It would be improbable to correctly guess.
The master of the tower? Without knowing what tower it is, you probably wouldn't be able to tell us who the master was.
Right, but I do know what at least one of the masters of a tower looks like. Do you think if I made one of us look like the master or a master, would that work?
Response: unknown. Are these things still in dim light? Or did we not get close enough to them?
So they are still in dim light unless you guys walked away.
Well, I've got.
Oh, you have dark
How
vision.
much closer? Yeah, like what do these things look like?
They look to. All right. Well, to you, one of them appears. I would say that with your dark vision, you could tell that this is probably the one that's been communicating to Zorcius, just because of how focused this individual appears. The one wearing the robes they seem to have like a turquoise blue skin. And where veins would be on a typical humanoid is white lines, almost like cracks in ice, if you will. And they have these blinding white eyes. And I say blinding in that the fact that they are reflective of the light that you guys are sending out, so you're able to see it. This particular one is bald, and the way that it moves, I mean, it's definitely skin. It's definitely not ice. It's just very blue like ice. There are 3 others that are similar as far as skin tone, but appear to be wearing some kind of metallic armor that almost looks like they are sections of chitin versus anything that you would be familiar with. And then there are another 3 that just they seem to just be wearing what looks like maybe rags or what was left of some kind of clothing, but also again blue skinned. They don't have the ones with the armor, and these ones, excuse me, don't have the strange white eyes. It seems to be only the one in the robe that does.
Do I recognize this shade of blue? Like, have I potentially seen, like, a former party member being this shade of blue before? Maybe, like, one who's laying on a hospital bed in Bryn Shander right now who's unconscious?
No?
No? Different shade
No.
of blue?
Different shade of blue.
Different shade of blue?
Mm-hmm. Different shade of blue.
I don't remember if they had blue skin or not, but the woman that I woke up and was frozen after spending time with, did she have skin like this?
Zarcius, do you have dark vision?
No.
Then you don't see color. This is still within the dim light. You guys stopped. Now, I'm taking the assumption you also started walking away and weren't planning right in front of them.
I took like 5 steps back just to tell them what was going on.
Okay.
So I can see what these guys look like too.
You have dark vision?
Yes. 60 feet.
And then, yes, then you do.
Looks so cute. I want to go touch them.
They literally gave me warning after warning not to come closer, so that would be a bad idea.
I wonder if I can...
Make that wisdom save.
I know. I mean, I'm still under the effects of compel, so...
wish that I could... I wonder if I can share it from over here. Can I show to players? There we go. So for those of you who have dark vision, there's what one set looks like.
Okay.
And then...
what his skin touch feels like.
another set, looks like.
With the armor.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one.
Do I recognize, since I can see their armor, is this armor that is from Yithrin or someplace else? I assume I've seen that before. I mean, I'm wearing some.
Give me a failed history roll.
I'm feeling really bad about this one, boys. 18.
Not too shabby.
Ooh, I got a great idea actually. It's very risky. I will admit straight up in the front that it is very risky, but it's possible.
Okay.
I could attempt to change his memory to believing that we have permission, and then we just walk on up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I can hear God typing.
I can see he's typing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't spell to save anybody's life, let alone my own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. I won't say what you spelled wrong.
Thank you.
Hey, you spelled that one word wrong.
But I will
Probably
say
did.
how many times you spell different words wrong. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. That's mean. You spelled life wrong? Really? What? No, I'm just.
And your reply is literally every word he spelt wrong with the star at the end of it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty petty. I'd probably do that.
Actually, at work, I have my manager. He'll do that if people send emails with words spelt wrong. He just replies with the corrections.
Follow-up question then. Since I know who these people are, or at least their purpose, what is this building?
18, this is the observatory.
All right, then I will, now that I've given them a good look and I've accessed my databanks, I will share with the class information available. These are the Magen. They are protective constructs of Yithrin. They are here to defend the observatory by law, though I do not know what the last order they were given is.
From the
Hey.
sounds of it, it is we're not allowed to go in.
Hey, so this is where I'm going to whisper to you guys, and I'm going to use the whispering just to make it perfectly clear so they can hear me, but nobody else can. Hey, so my two ideas of what we can do here are I change the memory and just give us permission by changing his memory, or I can use major image to make an image of one of the masters of one of the towers to walk up and give us permission, and then we go through. Both have a similar chance of success, but obviously, if one fails, we're probably gonna have some issues.
I'll just say out loud. Response. I believe that we should leave this building alone, as we should not violate any laws and turn the security system against us.
Right?
I agree
So-
with the person who's from here. I agree with him.
So there's nothing in here we need. Not even the message that we're looking for or nothing. Nothing here.
Alton, you know the message you're looking for is inside this building somewhere.
Okay, I relay that message to everybody.
See?
I know that
And
message is in here.
And in
And-
Sylvan, I'm just speaking off a lot of explicatives.
So, sounds to me like we have to go in there, which means, fortunately, we're gonna have to figure a way in.
Response. Perhaps you should let me try first.
I go right ahead, walk on up, see what happens.
I will walk up until I get the message.
Okay. You don't have to walk very far. You figure about 30 feet or so, you get a message in your head that's telling you to stop, turn around. You do not have permission to be here.
Response. My designation is Trace. Shit. No, it's not. Response. My designation is, What was my designation?
Joey?
Oh, God, I'm having a moment. Tundra Reconnaissance and Cartographic Entity.
I haven't used it in so long.
I hadn't said it in so long I couldn't remember what it was. I am here on our orders of the Archer Astronomer to retrieve a message inside the tower.
Give me a deception roll.
Ooh,
Hey. Perfect time to roll well.
I'm actually proficient in deception.
Yeah, but it's not as good as
All
my
things.
expertise.
I'm sorry, I'm not a bard.
I'm just saying, if I rolled a 17, it would have been 30 something.
You are the deception version of Trace's stealth.
Uh-huh.
I'm not even expertise in that.
I could turn into a fox and sneak in.
I don't know. They seem to have some telepathy BS going on. I don't think you're gonna get past that, bud. Oh, here we go. Let's see what kind of world of trouble I'm about to get myself into.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm sure it's not the end of the world. No big deal.
I never said it was world-ending trouble. If I wanted world-ending trouble, we'd take another trip to that tower we knocked off the side.
That they brought back up.
Exactly.
Well, I'm curious of how that would affect this place since it's sitting on the material plane currently.
You have dark vision. Give me an eyeball check, Trace.
Oh, those are my favorite. This is where I'm gonna roll ones right here. I can feel it.
You got two of them.
It's close.
Fuck your 21. Get bent, motherfucker.
I was off a 9 too.
Hey, you rolled your two.
Yeah, there was a 2 in there.
Well, we had a Kappa, then we lost a Kappa.
Mhm.
Or the
Yep.
Kappa just turned his camera off. Kappa's camera is gone, but I still see Kappa signed into the world.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure what we got going on here.
Magic. Some FM.
All right, so you're going to get
Yeah.
this message, and then you're going to, with your 21, you can tell that as the wand kind of shifts a little bit, and the door behind him looks to be welded shut.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You do get another message that asks you.
I have an idea. It's not a very good idea, but
I mean,
It doesn't
There
ask
is-
you. It does tell you that they're. Actually, let me type this out. It tells you this.
I do have one other idea of how to get me and one other person in there, but I'll wait for Trace.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna walk up to Alton and hold an orb and say, "Hey, say hi to the orb."
Hi.
Okay, thank you.
The whenever you say hi, the orb flashes a couple of times, and then dims.
I forgot I got that off his body.
Ooh. It's an important item. Don't lose it.
Oh, I know how important this item is.
Mhm.
I just forgot I had it.
And it's a good thing you remembered
Well-
to tell Alton to say hi.
For a while, the item itself wasn't actually in your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
sorry, we're having a mental joust, folks. That's just how this game is played sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all good.
Mhm.
Okay, what? Do I even know what that is? I don't know what it is in real life, so
Arcana check.
I have to ask this. Is it a fiend, a demon, or a celestial?
No.
Okay. Because I have advantage on those, but
So what did I just say hi to?
An orb of returning.
So we all have to know the orb in order for it to work. But if, in case of an emergency, or when we
You don't know
complete our
Trace.
mission, we can use this orb to teleport ourselves back to town. Lickety split.
Back to what
That is
town?
not a thing that you are familiar with. But then again, this
Winchester?
place was full of capturing things, so
Okay.
sorry, I know this is really exciting for everyone with the mental joust going on over here.
You know, yeah, I should still work. You're gonna have even more mental stuff going on, so it might be confusing for Trace, but sure. Through the whispering, so that everyone
Oh.
can hear.
So did Marigold say hi to the orb?
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe when we return, it will drag her too.
She would have to
Doubtful.
be right here at the orb, because you still have to be, like, next to it.
Okay. You still have her body.
We would
Range
have to
of
go get
60
it.
feet. You have to be within 60 feet.
But I mean, I'm just saying that could be maybe a way to revive her.
Keppa, are you in here watching from Foundry so I can stop streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to see what you're typing. Oh well.
So, through the whispering again, so that only our party members, which means Tracy will still get it, even though you're getting messages through your head through this other person. So it might be a little confusing for you. Right. So I have another idea of how to get it in the tower, and that's that we just bypass them. But I can only take one person because I can dimension door with one person in. We get the message, and then we dimension door out, and we're done.
You'll just see Trace put up like that. Hold on, just 1 second finger.
Uh huh. just throwing it out there in case whatever is going on with you, Trace, doesn't work out.
Above table, this is a gold mine, folks. All right. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting some info here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
They believed you, obviously.
Look, all I had to do is flash some creds, flash my designation that I couldn't barely remember,
You flashed your FBI badge, and they're like, "All right, jig's up. Let's tell them everything."
Where's the hooch? Anyway. All right, I will step back now, and I will fill in the rest of the group. Oh. Oh my. That complicates things. Thanks for that.
So not that they said that. That is me telling you because you know how literal to the law these things are.
So by what I said, it's literally just me.
Correct. You got it.
Okay, well, we'll get that bridge when we cross there. So I will go back to the group. Information is available. As I stated earlier, these are the Magan, the protectors of the city. The tower was sealed because there is an infestation inside. To keep the creatures inside, the barrier is maintained. We might be able to enter through the barrier at the top of the tower. But you all do not have permission to do so, only me.
I'm cool waiting right here. I just want to touch.
Wait.
Okay. So how are you getting up there?
Inquiry. Zarcius, do you know what a slot is?
I don't think so.
I mean, are you trained in Arcana, fuckface?
Yes, I am.
Give me a fucking check there. You fucking Arcana check, you fucking bard. Fucking piece of bard.
Yeah, it's a 20.
It's a fucking 20? Jesus.
So a slot is a 20. Got it.
And the meaning of life is 42. Please don't sue me.
So they can't sue you because the meaning of life. You said the meaning of life, not the rest of the quote.
And everything.
Hey, better safe than sued, I always say.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Okay. So, I'm gonna say strangely enough, a few things about slots. First being that they appear reptilian in a way. They definitely walk like a humanoid, but they definitely like almost kind of salamandery faced. Some of them can have horns. There are differences in what a slod can do based on their scale color.
Ooh.
I would say that you are going to be familiar with your 20. You're going to be familiar with the. I would say the most common ones are red ones, which have very high physical prowess and have abilities to manipulate fire on its most primal aspect, meaning that they're probably immune to such things and or recover from such things or can turn such things against whoever used it against them. Red ones are real bad. Now you do know there are others, but red ones with your 20 I think are what you're going to get from that. Sloths also have the ability to infect others and turn others into them. They are aberrations. And just being around them for any period of time, that chaotic magic infects everything. They're real bad news.
So-
Right.
There are.
So what of that are you going to share? Because nobody knows anything yet.
Right. So these things are terrible, and I wish we never had to encounter them. They think of it as a walking lizard that for the most part, if they're red, fire won't do shit, and you'll probably just end up hurting yourself if you try to use fire against them. And if you stay too close to them for too long, you're gonna be one. So don't stick around.
Those sound gnarly. I don't want to fight them. Why are we asking about these?
Response. There's an infestation of them in the tower.
Now, some of them don't have more than one head, do they?
As far as I know, they only have one head, but they come in many colors. But the most common one, the one that I know most about, is the red one. Fucking terrible. And especially with my skill set, I won't be able to do my most powerful moves against them.
More Sylvan explicatives. Since most of my abilities are fire.
Uh-huh.
Kappas as well.
Hey, so if they're red, most of us are like kind of fucked. So yeah, if they're not red, it might be alright.
Response. The information is not available on the type of slot it is. I did not even know what it was.
Oh boy. So they said that you can get up in there?
Response. We would have to arrive at the top of the tower and attempt to breach the barrier, or find an alternative way to pass through the walls of the tower.
So, like I said earlier, which you might not have been paying attention to, I could just dimension door me and you in there, grab the message, and then get the fuck out, like, immediately.
Response. Perhaps you should have Alton point you in the right direction. He should be able to pinpoint where it's at.
That's what I was thinking. If you can tell me, Alton, exactly how far in the exact direction that the message is in, I can put me and Trace right there. We can immediately grab the message and get the fuck out.
Well,
Alton tells you exactly how many feet up and over it is.
Yep, you betcha.
Is it within 300 feet of us right now?
100% it is.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Alright, Trace. So you don't care if I go with you just to get this and to get out, right? We can do this and not care.
Response, I believe that it's acceptable. I just hope that the message is not in the middle of the hive of the slots.
I hope so too.
Yes, I just
only-
Chekhov gunned myself. I'm ready. It's just aiming at my foot. Let's do it.
Guys,
Right.
Oh,
So
are you Da Vinci Doring? Just whoop.
yeah, I'm gonna walk up next to Trace, and I'm gonna use my 3rd level spell, Dimension Door, and going right to the message. And I'm ready to use my my last high level spell to leave immediately after we get the message.
This can only go poorly. I'm so excited.
oh
Okay.
God.
All right. So you're up. You're gone. You're through. You
Right.
drop in right, right where there is a chunk of wall that's obviously on the floor, on the ground, and there is that the inscription in Draconic, and you look down and you read it, and it says, "Third, a burnt palm loosens the tongue. Shed a secret about yourself for all to hear." Of course, we'll word vomit this into the chat. As you are looking at this, you guys can just hear some like mutterings of under something's breath. Like there's like some kind of it's not clear enough to where you understand what is being said, but there's definitely some kind of mutterings. What do you do?
Swing my head around and survey the room really quick to see what the hell is in here. But bow drawn, ready to fire an arrow.
I'm memorizing this while he's taking a look around for just a few seconds, and then as soon as I know I got
This is what you
message-
see.
Yep. Hey, it's not red one.
It's wearing glasses.
It's
It
wearing
looks
glasses.
intelligent. It looks intelligent.
You know what? I'm just gonna spitball here off of that 18 intelligence I rolled earlier and some conversation and put together, or let me say, do I recognize the robes that this thing is wearing?
They are definitely robes belonging to someone in Yithrin. And they are, while tattered, they're still in relatively good shape. And yeah, you can only imagine that this is a slod, blue one, wearing fucking glasses, tinkering with this contraption, which now that you're up here and you're kind of putting things together, you know that this contraption is a telescope, but it's not any kind of telescope. It's not just your normal everyday telescope. You remember, like, it's one of those things that's just kind of like, oh yeah, that the telescope in the observatory would be used to point at certain stars or planets, places where other beings could live, and it would pull one of those beings from their home here to be studied and or experimented on. Now you can tell that it's definitely got some damage on it, and this blue slod appears to be tinkering with it, muttering to themselves.
Oh, so he hasn't noticed us yet.
They definitely don't appear to. Zarcius, what do? You know you've got the message.
I'm gonna whisper first to Trace. Hey, we're just leaving, right? There's nothing here we need.
Response. I I do not know much about sloths, but do they usually repair equipment?
I don't know. I mean, supposedly they're intelligent, but I don't know.
Let's just get out the old thermometer. How much trouble do we want to get in?
Uh-huh.
Response. I do not think he has noticed us. Perhaps we will find something useful in the tower.
Out of character. Young lad, I hear you as clear as day while working on this.
Mm-hmm. Is there light in here at all?
Just your ring, I assume.
There is the very, very, very dim blue light coming from different places on this contraption.
So if I put my light out, I probably wouldn't be able to see.
100%. And whatever this thing is, doesn't seem to have noticed any difference in light.
Right, so do you want to look around by yourself, or I go with you and their light might tell them that we're here?
Response. If we need to make a quick egress, perhaps we should stick together.
Right, let's do this quickly and as quietly as possible then.
Dun 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 dun. What do I see in this room besides Mr. Blue Toady fixing a telescope?
Blue Toady fixing a telescope. You can see that there are old bits of tools and equipment just thrown about. This place also has layers of ice to it. The big old hole in the roof where this piece of wall clearly fell from, and it's probably where most of the damage to this telescope happened out. You can see that there seems to be a bit of a shimmer where that hole is. Probably maybe the barrier that you're being told about. And then off to where there should be a door, you can see that also appears to have been welded shut.
Zarcius, information available. I believe this is the arch astronomer. If the slots are below, perhaps he has spent too much time in proximity to them and has turned into a slot himself.
Hey, the question is, will he be hostile if he sees us, is the question.
Response. There's only one way to find out. Inquiry! Arch astronomer! Are you still sane?
The creature turns around, opens its mouth, these fangs visible, and it hisses at you. And it turns back around and continues fiddling. Kappa, if you're talking, dude, we don't hear anything but robo noises. Like static.
Pippity
I'm not
poppity.
talking.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure because we're getting. I thought maybe you were talking because we're getting like little bips.
Oh no, I turned things have quieted down, so I turned off my mute.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. No big, you're good.
Okay.
He turned off his mute, talking really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you two do up there?
Response. He does not seem to be sane any longer.
He's clearly busy with trying to repair this thing, I assume. But he's not attacking, so technically we could search this room, but when we're done searching this room, I suggest we just leave after that.
Whisper
Oh,
range. Are y'all
Okay.
done
Almost done.
yet?
We're just gonna search this one room since there's not much of a threat in this room, and then we're gonna come out.
That's how bad things start.
I guess we're gonna look through the junk for something useful? Question mark.
Gonna
Might as
look for
well,
that junk
you
in
know?
the trunk.
I mean, this is a powerful artifact. They might have left experimental things here, you know?
This canister is marked as highly flammable. Oh, is there like a box labeled magical eyes up here somewhere?
That would be
A
great.
box of magical eyes. They're, you know what? Give me a investigation roll.
Hell yeah. I'm so good at this.
I'm gonna be looking for signs of other artifacts and magical items
Nailed
as
it.
well.
It's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Come on, Zarcius. You said you're looking for shit too. Give me a roll.
Yep. Hey, it's a bit better. 15.
All right. So as you two are looking around at things, Trace ends up stepping on something that goes crunch. And when Trace moves their foot back, they see where some kind of like bluish crystal got stepped on that they just weren't really paying that much attention for and crunched. And the entity stops, turns around. You see it wave its hand as a staff appears and it slams it down to the ground. And you guys don't see it anymore.
Hey. I'm
And
running
then
to
you
Trace's
hear-
side.
On the other side of the door that has been welded, looking over, you can see where over the time those welds are not as strong as they were thousands of years ago. And with every hit, the doors
Yeah. I'm
Start
just running to
to
Trace's side.
lose themselves.
Touching shoulder. Gone.
Where do you go?
Straight back to where I was standing when we left to go in here.
Okay. You come stepping out of a door, and just as you turn around, like seeing through your magical door just before it closes, that big door, as this massive red slod comes charging in, and your door closes.
Hey, we didn't die, and we got the message.
All right. You pissed something off though.
You don't know that.
So how loud was that door hitting the ground up there?
Not loud enough. You guys are pretty far away, and it's inside a very, metallically insulated building. Now, if those things were to decide to come on down to the door that's right here by these things and start banging on that, you might probably hear that. I'm sure that's not going to happen. What do you guys do?
Not my problem. Did we get what we need? Let's leave.
Hey, we got it. So yes, we can go.
I
We
agree.
can,
We need to go.
Grace.
our next stop was back to
Technically,
the...
that is sort of your problem.
Our next stop was the necromancy hole, right? With all the hands in it.
Yeah, you guys... I would say that you guys know about where to go for that, so you guys can just start trucking along here. You do see, as you guys are going, this massive glass domed building. But you guys are on a mission. Just keep going, I guess.
Glass
Do
still
I
intact?
remember what the giant glass dome building is?
Oh god, you know what? Give me like 3 failed history rolls.
You legitimately want 3 of them?
I do, because you're going to come across a few other buildings that you may or may not recognize, and instead of let's just get them out of the way now.
All right, well, fair enough.
So here's this first one. Oh, yeah, you know what that one is.
Shebang.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
here's
Next.
the next one. It's not so hot on that one. Database corrupted, and middling on that one.
All right. So let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So this glass domed building, you would remember to be the menagerie. This is a place where wizards and those who study the arcane would come to basically get a familiar. One that doesn't require a spell slot to have a permanent familiar.
That sounds interesting.
It does.
Just to keep things streamlined, I'm basically just tour guiding it at this point. So
Okay.
I want to go look in the window.
Oh, okay. You go look through a window, and you can see that even though this place is, obviously not to tip-top shape, you can tell that inside here, basically a zoo where there are multiple miniature biodomes within this place. Probably forests, mountains, deserts, lakes, like all different kinds of environments now covered in ice. And you can just make out some kind of contraption in the center. Don't know what it is, but you got some kind of contraption in the center.
Everybody keeps going, so I'm gonna hurry back up to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I knew that
There's
was
the
coming.
contraption in the center. Yeah. Yeah, you go inside. What are the rest of you guys doing as Mirren walks inside the menagerie?
first off, were we walking in front of him and notice him go inside?
I mean, you guys noticed, like, as you're talking about it, he went over, like, kid at the candy store with his face against the glass, went, oh, wow, and then took off inside.
I mean, he's got
Okay.
a fox face. Is that even possible?
Yes, because I said so.
Have you seen what a dog looks like when they're pushed their face up against glass?
Mm-hmm.
No, you would have heard me walk away. There is no stealth in Mirren's game.
My passive perception's too high not to notice anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well,
Do you keep
I'm gonna
going
go
or
with
do you
him.
stop?
I'm gonna go in with him.
Okay. So we're splitting the party. The two tiny boys off on their own. Well, the three medium boys are going on their own.
I feel like we should probably wait for them at the very least.
Response. Perhaps
Yeah.
we should accompany them inside, as the familiars might have escaped their confinements. They could be very hungry.
Wait. I mean, I guess they waited. Well, no, they waited for us. I will go inside and wait for them inside.
Inquiry for God, is there a reception area in the menagerie? Can
Yeah,
we just
sure.
like go to the waiting room and wait for our kids?
You know what? There is
Uh-huh.
now. There
Thanks.
is now. There's the parent waiting room while the children are inside playing.
Mhm.
I will direct Zarcius and Kappa if he so chooses to the waiting room, I guess.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Well,
so
unless Kappa's interested in the animals, just saying.
Cap
I'm
is interested. Cap is interested in the animals for other reasons than petting them.
and to play with them. Yeah.
I've tried eating familiars. Don't work.
Don't work.
Yeah, but
Poor
but remember,
Kappa.
these aren't summoned familiars. These are real life familiars.
I don't know that.
I said that. I told you that.
Well,
You know,
Kappa familiar's familiar.
you rolled an 18. It's not so much as a familiar. It's not a familiar as in like the spell familiar. It is a chimeric creation.
Mm.
They are chimeric pets, if you will.
And I want to touch one.
So, the small boys going inside, seeing the different landscapes, of course, everything covered by ice and snow. You could just imagine how probably pretty of a quote, I'm going to use this term, zoo this probably was at some point, right? Going into the center, Alton, are you going to light a torch? Because it's dark.
I will
Yes.
cast light on my pendant.
Okay, so you got light up. Good enough. You guys get to the
Okay.
center of the menagerie, and you can see there is about a 10-foot diameter iron wheel on its side, held above the ground by a metal brace. You can see that there are 8 barrel-sized, egg-shaped open containers attached to the outer ends of the spokes. You can also see that there is a bronze control panel with a lever next to it.
So, based on
Does
my
the
religious
wheel turn?
background, would I be able to discern? Can I discern what this thing does?
First of all, Alton, give me a strength check. And Mirren, give me an arcana check.
Oh yay!
Uh,
I bet you I fail.
let me see. Okay, I can't bring up my character sheet.
Hit the E button, and on the left you'll have your thing. Click on the down arrow by skills, and there will be all your skills. Or you can click the strength under your name, and then it'll give you ability or saving throw, and click ability.
You could
Okay.
proceed to get your character sheet up.
Right, that's what I've been doing, but nothing happening.
Alton with an 11, it doesn't seem to move. And Mirren with a 10, no clue.
All right.
Definitely does something.
I'm gonna go.
You go to pull a lever, nothing happens.
There we go.
I wonder if you're supposed to put something inside of these. So is it the wheel this way, or is the wheel this way? Horizontal or vertical?
Let me relook. I'm gonna say like a Ferris wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
Alton, give me a Arcana check.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You don't know?
You said everything's covered in ice. Looking around, all I'm seeing are biodomes covered in ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this
Everything
contraption itself is not.
is okay.
But the biomes appear to be.
Is there any areas around the biomes that I can actually look into? That's where there's any clear patches?
I mean, you can look in them. Like, you can tell that each biome, again, there was a mountain one. You can see remnants of trees for a foresty one. One that looked like like a desert maybe. But there's no creatures or anything in them, and they're covered in
No,
in
no
ice.
egg-shaped items or anything inside of them.
No egg-shaped items. No.
All right, I'm gonna walk out dejected.
Okay.
My ears flopping to the side.
So this
I don't think-
lever on this control panel,
Mhm.
is
I
this all
think-
covered in ice?
Nope.
I think the problem is this is wait. Why would this be covered in ice?
Right.
It's not.
That's what I'm worried. Why is this not covered in ice?
Is it warm to the touch?
So, I will say that it's only warm in comparison to how cold the surroundings are. However, like the bronze, excuse me, is still cold to the touch, but nowhere near as cold as the ambient surroundings.
All right, I'm gonna try spinning. I'm gonna try spinning this with my really strong self.
Give me a strength abilities roll, please. All right. And you're trying to spin the Ferris wheel?
Yeah.
All right. You go up to it and you're able to... You're able to move it. Move it to where these strange egg-shaped containers that are empty, you're able to move it.
So I'm
And they
thinking-
seem to rotate almost like a Ferris wheel as well, but it seems like something maybe probably should be inside of it.
Yeah, I don't see anything in any of these biomes to put in there though.
No, you don't.
So
Maybe something comes out of this machine.
no,
and
I got a
into
feeling.
one of those.
I got a feeling you're supposed to put something in them and then pull the lever, and it probably mixes them all together or something. I don't know. Everything's frozen, so it's really hard to tell, and I can't read Yithrin if it says anything. So I'm gonna head back over to the exit.
Well, would it be in Yithring or would it be in Draconic?
I don't see any writing.
You don't see any writing, no. There's no writing that you were able to tell.
Nothing around the lever.
Nope.
Were there anything else on this control panel that has the lever?
Nope.
No, nothing. Just the lever.
Just the lever.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back out where I came in.
I want to pull the lever.
You pull the lever, nothing happens. The lever
Okay.
doesn't even move.
Okay. All right. It's time to go out of here.
All right, so you two go
Okay.
back into the go out the way you came in. You're passed through the parent waiting room, where the medium creatures are.
And we
It's
wave them on.
It don't work.
Nope. It don't work.
I'm sitting there in one of the probably frozen chairs, reading a frozen
Magazine.
Magazine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like carefully flipping it so it doesn't shatter.
Yeah, the Yithrin Daily.
Uh-huh.
There's an interesting article on the fact that the arch astronomer found a new type of lizard and summoned it into Yithrin.
Ooh.
More on page 4, but page 4 isn't there.
Just a big
Figures.
headline.
The arch astronomer summoned the slides.
Mhm, mhm.
All right, so where are we going next, guys?
Continuing the path that we were taking before you decided to take a detour.
I
Yes.
wanted to see what was in the dome. My bad.
Moving on. You
Correction.
see,
You wanted to touch what was in the dome.
Well, first I wanted to see what was in it. Then I saw the control panel and just had to touch it. And I was hoping I could get a pet, but unfortunately there's nothing in there.
ooh, this is okay. As you pass this building, this is the one that Trace doesn't remember what it is. However, Zarcius, your baton warms up as you pass by it. And there seems to be a slight tug in that direction.
Hold on, guys. Fucking. This baton seems to want to go that way, and I'll point towards the building.
Sure, let's go.
Is it an amphitheater? Maybe you gotta perform for the masses.
Honestly, with what I know about this baton, whatever it wants to do, I want to do, because if I can use this wand well enough, I can really help us later.
Okay. If it wants to go in there, I guess you want to go in there.
Hey, y'all went with me when I went into that glass dome. I'll follow you in.
You betcha.
All right. So you guys go into this building. All right. This is where we're going to take our potty break. let's go back to our map
explore.
here.
Ooh.
All right, so you come into this building. And Zarsius, this place just speaks to you. You know this to be a theater for plays. Whereas the other one was a theater just for orchestra musics, an amphitheater. This one is more about play entertainment. And as you're coming in, I know that you walk in through the main hall, and there's, typical ice bullshit everywhere, and you go through another set of broken doors and see the stairs that go up, and the style is similar to the amphitheater, just not as big of a venue. Instead of being an up top stage, it's just this basic just this basic level floor where performers would obviously be at, and you can see there are obviously old, tattered, destroyed curtains that are just in piles that are frozen over. You can see this door partially ajar in the back area that you're just being led through. So when you get to this backstage room, you can see that there is a writing desk. But the writing desk is wrapped in chains and padlocked.
Ooh.
That's not ominous at all.
Great. Ooh.
They might be ice studs at this point.
Look, you already said there weren't any. How about Junior Mints?
Does anybody know how to pick a lock?
No.
Great.
Nope.
Great.
Can, does our resident, wizard know how to, unlock a lock, or did we lose her?
No,
Oh,
bro.
Dylan?
I bring things back to life with necromancy magic.
I have thieves' tools.
Can you pick a lock?
Me?
Let's find out.
Are you proficient?
At thieves' tools, yes.
If robots could give side eyes,
So you just stare him down?
yeah, basically. if I could fire laser beams out of my eyes, he would be cooked right now.
You just see the
Let's
orb
just
that
say, you know how I made the comment about how he's just a little bit further on that trespasser side now.
Well,
Okay.
give me a thieves' tool check.
Why do I think of Trace's eyes being a blank screen that just do the different shapes he needs to give? Like on some of those modern toy robots?
Like an LED screen that just the lights keep changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Proficiency, ability, intelligence check. Is that what it would be?
This would be dexterity.
I think you
Dexterity.
can just hit the die on the thieves' tools and it should roll it for you.
Also,
Oh, here
underneath
we
the
go.
tools, you can click the word.
Wow.
Ouch.
Maybe your dexterity was even worse. Well, that padlock stays locked.
Well, we tried, gentlemen.
Right. So,
I mean, it just depends on how long you want to stick around. Because technically, by rules as written, if you want to spend the time, you can succeed. It just takes time.
It's true.
how about you try that again, but this time you just feel your way through it like you would if we weren't here. Maybe it's the peer pressure, and I'm gonna start playing soft music to like calm them down and give them some bardic inspiration.
I'm here
Okay.
for it.
So roll it again.
Yep, and add a D8.
If you
Did you
so
take?
choose.
Did you take a use of bardic away?
Yes.
So just roll it again first.
Just roll it
right?
again. Just roll it again.
Oh,
You didn't need the
Whoa.
bardic inspiration.
I mean, you might. Do you want to use it? Because you
Might as well. It's gonna go away in a
No.
minute.
Uh-huh.
Just send it.
It's a D8. Just roll a D8.
Let's see that 30.
I mean, because technically, right now you're only at a 22.
Hey, now it's 25. That could have been the DC. Could have
It's
been
not
the DC.
intelligence; it's dexterity. Dexterity is one low, so it's only a 24.
Only.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you guys want to stick with, or would Kappa have guided him?
No. I
Okay,
am
hold on.
voicing.
Hold on. Do, 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 do,
Oh,
do.
Mirror would have guided you, so roll another D4.
It's a cantrip. It's not going to hurt me none.
Kappa is shaking his head, face palming right now.
Nice. Well, with your total here, that's pretty gosh darn good enough there, guys, to open up that lock. Tink. Padlock is
Okay.
undone.
Okay, so let's unwrap the desk and
Easy
Hey.
enough. As you undo the
rummage
change,
through it.
as you undo the chains, you can see that there is one drawer.
Okay, so
And I'm assuming the baton is like pushing me towards the drawer, trying to get me to open it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably wants us to write a performance and then see what happens from there.
well, open the drawer.
Who
Me.
opens the drawer?
Zarcius.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, Zarcius, you open the drawer. When you do so, there's like a inside the drawer, you can see a I just saw it. Where the fuck is it? Gosh, darn it. A leather-bound folder, and the leather is in perfect condition.
Oh, this feels like my second magical item of this area.
Do you grab it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you open it?
I'm gonna savor the moment for a second. Just like, yeah, and then I'm gonna open it.
That was almost sexual.
Oh,
It
almost.
wasn't
Hell, that was
almost.
sexual.
I think it was.
That was sexual.
I mean, a magical baton told me to come here and get another magical item. It's pretty sexual.
Okay. Well, you open up this leather-bound folder, and you can see that within it, it seems to be divided into 5 sets. And in like the first one, you pull out this pristine paper. And as you're looking at it, you can see it's a cover sheet telling you that this is a 5-script play. And the play is called A Blasphemy of Kings.
Ooh.
And that the play tells the story of 5 siblings each expecting to claim the throne from their late father. As the protagonist tries to prove their worth, it is revealed that they are all in fact dead, having perished alongside their father in a cataclysmic event that destroyed their kingdom. So there are 5 scripts,
How
and it would
prophetic.
take you some time to read through them. But you totally can. And you feel like there's something about them.
You know, we could take a long rest right here. It feels somewhat safe.
Has it been
Really?
long enough for us to take a long rest?
I don't know.
Hmm. I'm willing to just tuck this away and read it later, or we can, if we want to sleep here, I'm fine for setting up the tent and reading this now.
I've got a real bad feeling about this.
Oh, I think we all do.
So the chains and padlocks gave you no heebie-jeebies.
Well, I mean, it was probably to protect this fine piece of material right here. I don't see what's wrong with that.
True, but
I
you lock something away. There's 2 reasons: to keep it safe, but to prevent others from doing something with it.
There's 2 reasons why you lock something up: to keep people away from it, or to keep it away from everybody else.
Didn't I just say that?
You sure
Yes,
did,
I'm-
Kappa. But now he's repeating you.
Oh. Okay.
And sometimes the best things are the things that other people don't want you to have. So, you know, teach their own.
Alright. Let me see if I have more diamonds.
I'm not reading it right now unless we're going to sleep. So don't worry about it.
Wow. I mean, I think you have one more, Kappa.
Okay. Ugh.
What's the decision? Are we moving on? Or are we sleeping here?
Moving on up.
What else is in this room? Or
Nothing. Nothing of any note.
nothing of any note. Where are we at in the day?
You have no idea?
don't know.
Haven't seen the sun in ages. Hey, Kappa, can you mute yourself whenever you're not talking? We're getting that weird feedback from you, buddy. Like snappy, crackly popping in my ears.
Like
And you're the one
texting.
lighting up whenever it happens. Thank you, sir.
Stop.
Appreciate it.
Moving on up.
Well, this room seems to be defendable. So if we wanted to take a rest, this would not be a bad place, I don't think.
I just don't remember how long it's been since we last rested.
We did travel quite a bit today, actually.
We've
We visited multiple towers.
been through quite a bit.
So it's not a bad place to stop.
I will tell you that none of you feel sleepy.
Ooh.
And if you had to guess, it's either somewhere between 6 or 8 hours since you guys woke up. Maybe. Time down here is wobbly, wiki wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Also, none of you have keen mind, so no fucking clue.
I will say I would like to go to the pit before we sleep, actually, because I know for a fact if we're going to do anything at the pit, I'm going to have to use some high-level spells, and I have a couple left. If I can use those there, we can do what we need to there, and then sleep might be a better option.
We have to go back to the pit.
The one with all the hands in it, with the crawling hands, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not exhausted from spellcasting, so.
Sounds to me like we're
Well, I
keep
guess
going.
we're keep going.
Oh, I'm still
Respond.
collecting. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you first.
Response. We also went by the Conjuration Tower, but did not visit it. It is also nearby. And there seems to be another building ahead that I remember its purpose. Possibly. Maybe.
I like that.
So we keep going, and if this other building sounds interesting, we might check that out, and then we go to the hand pit, and then if we're still feeling up to it, we continue to the Conjuration Tower.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Sounds like a plan.
Are there
Hey.
any, this is still all covered in ice here, or is there chunks of metal I can pick up?
In the theater?
Yeah.
I mean, things are still covered in ice, but you could, if you wish to attempt so, you could probably break some of the chairs and get some metal.
No, I don't want
No.
to, I only want to collect stuff that's already broken.
You don't want to be shot?
I don't want to be shot, and I don't need lasers to burn through me.
Fair point. Fair point. When there's rubble, metallic rubble on the ground, I'll let you know,
Alrighty.
since you're kind of on the lookout. So you guys leaving?
Yep.
Staying?
Leaving.
Leaving.
Sounds like
fucking
we're
that.
leaving.
Tucking that thing right into my jacket so I don't lose it.
Sounds like a play that was based on what happened here.
The baton pulses a couple of times as you stash it away, but then otherwise doesn't really seem to. It's no longer pulling you in any direction. It seems content. As you guys leave this area and start making your way back towards that hole, pit where the tower used to be, you come across a building that has more of those. Well, what two of you saw as the blue creatures just outside of a building. This one, to be exact. And this one, if I remember correctly, is the other one that Trace knows about. Yes, with the 12, they know what this is. Trace, you would know that this building to be... you don't remember its name, but you do know that it made, or it is where the more higher ranked mages would have their robes made. And the robes were made out of some kind of enchanted silk.
Well, as I stated earlier, I'm tour guiding, so they know that.
There's blue guys outside of it, right?
There is.
I do not want to attempt to go there.
They'll probably just tell
Don't
us
you, though?
do not have permission.
Don't you, though?
No, I just want to touch the guy. That sounded horrible.
Yep. Sure did. Give me that wisdom saving throw.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Damn. I mean, you do, but you think better of it.
Yeah, I don't want to get killed.
I mean, the door's open. This one doesn't look like it's got like a welded shut door.
I'm not worried about
standing
that.
outside of it.
Hey, so unless anybody says that they want to look in there, I think we just move on, right?
Unless they can make me a beautiful cloak, I have no reason to go in there. Now, if we come across a forge, that's different.
Response. The highest ranking wizards got their finest robes made there.
I don't think I qualify as a high-ranking wizard, but
But you just said you wanted a really fancy robe, and I told you that you could get one.
Yeah.
I'm going to head towards the building.
I was about to say, Villain starts walking that way as well.
Wait. Well, I did say if anyone wanted to look in there, just say so. I guess we're going in there.
If they tell me to stop, I will stop.
Okay. So as you get closer to, you can see that there are about 6 of those blue entities standing outside this building. As you walk closer to them, they don't seem to... I mean, they notice you, but don't say anything. They don't seem to be in any sort of defensive or offensive stance. They're just standing there. When you walk inside, there are about 5 more. And they seem to be in a more protective stance. Like, stationed strategically, if you will. And inside this store, you can see that there are just all kinds of beautiful silks in this building. You can see in the center, there appears to be crystal mannequins that are draped in finery, fine robes that encircle an empty pedestal. You also see that in the rafters of this place are 4 massive spiders that do nothing.
Got a feeling the spiders are where they get their silk. Call it a hunch. I look at Villain. Do you have any idea what we do here?
I imagine that someone should probably stand in the center of the crystallized mannequins.
I'm gonna go stand in the center of the crystalline mannequin.
Excellent. You die.
As a mannequin, the guards don't attack me, the mannequins do.
When you step onto the platform in the center, an illusion of a magnificently dressed human flickers to life before you. The illusion introduces itself as the Silksmith Mixel. It welcomes you to the Hall of Silk Emporium and explains to you the robe making process of how you standing in this platform and you just imagining your heart's desire for what you want your robe to look like. As then spiders will come down to take your measurements and create it before your eyes.
Now, did I understand a thing he just said?
Yes.
That's scary. All right, then I'm going to try it. I'm going to imagine a hooded cloak with a beautiful flame and anvil design on it.
As you stand there, 2 of the massive spiders come down, and they start very gingerly just touching you with their legs. Just in different parts, different places. Before they go back up and they start spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. About 10 minutes goes by before a cloak is draped over your shoulders, and the illusory figure says, "I hope you enjoy your cloak, and thank you for stopping by."
I step off the pedestal.
And Villain stands on it.
Ooh, I like this cloak. It's fancy.
It is. There's almost like a holographic effect to it, whereas as you shift and move, the flames almost flicker alive. The cloak is very light and very soft and smooth to the touch, and it just fits you perfectly.
How warm is the cloak when I wrap myself in it?
Yes.
Nice.
Villain eventually gets hers made, her full-on robes of a deep black with platinum filigree and different sigils about the back area. And you can see that while they were making, different sigils were being embroidered on the inside of it as well. As it's laid down for her, she puts it on, and she turns around and looks at towards Trace and goes, "Now I'm basically Netherese." She steps off the pedestal.
Is it bad that literally the first thing that went through my mind was, I'm turning Netherese, I think I'm turning Netherese, I really think so.
That's funny.
Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna get some new clothing too, fine, alright? Since you all took 10 minutes, stay here for another. Getting up there.
What is it that you imagine?
I am leaning into this baton and play stuff. So I'm going to go with a black tuxedo looking thing with golden musical notes adorning it with purple filigree along the edges, so I still have that purple and gold.
Excellent.
While this is going on,
Yeah, you got plenty of time to do other shit. What do you got?
I have a question I want to ask Villain,
Go ahead.
but I want to pull her to the side and only ask her.
Okay.
So I will message you my question.
Okay. Zarsius, 10 minutes goes by. You have exactly what you imagined.
We do not look like... well, you're probably not going to look like a combat warrior after this. Or a bard, you picked the right outfit.
Yeah.
By the way, Zarsius, being the man of the world that you are, you know that this is probably worth 250 gold or more.
I am folding mine up because I'm not going to wear it because I don't want to get ruined because I know we're going to be fighting. I'm folding it up real nicely and tucking it into the backpack and be like, alright, this will be perfect for later.
So, I do have one question. How are we paying for these?
Good
I walk
question.
towards... I walk towards the exit. Do the guards do anything?
Nope.
Then I walk out.
Okay.
I think they usually your answer.
I was thinking that too. That's why I did that.
Okay. Well, I'll step on the stand.
You get some new clothes. You get some new clothes. Everybody get some new clothes.
So, what he imagines would be a silver cloak with ice blue trim. Silver for the silver dragon. Ice blue for the cold. A nice hood that covers most of your face, you know, but still allow you to see what's going on, what you're doing. No specific embellishments, just a nice, beautiful cloak.
Okay. As you are imagining, again, one of the 4 spiders comes down, starts touching you with its feet, like getting like head, nose, because you really want something a little bit more involved. Really just like going to town. It kind of tickles a little bit. Just really going in, getting your full-on body measurements, and then goes back up, and they start spinning again. And eventually 10 minutes goes by and you get laid over your shoulder exactly what it is you asked for.
Wonderful. Does it have any it has, if you wrap up in it, it's warm, right?
It's not that it's warm, it's just that it definitely holds your body heat really well.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing that
warm.
matters.
And I do the same as Zarcius. I fold it up, put it in the bag, in my backpack.
Mirren's wearing his. That's nice.
Yes, but I don't want to get it dirty because I know that we're headed into something. So he folds it up and puts it in his bag.
As you can see, based on what Mirren wears, he's not too worried about the condition of his items.
Normally, Alton is not. However, he does appreciate when there's finer things.
Listen, I have good clothes that I can travel in. I ordered this clothes for special occasions, so it stays nice.
See, you have a purpose.
I know I spelled that word wrong. You don't have to point that out to me.
I'm a maker.
Fuck you.
I forge things and I heal people. I don't perform for big audiences. My items I make, as I'm showing you my hammer, is my performance. Let's see. Where's my features? Because I need channel divinity and I gotta see how much.
Is it my turn yet?
Death Kappa, it's your turn.
Okay. I wonder if they only make cloaks.
They make full robes and made Zarcius a tuxedo.
Okay. Be ready. So I'm
Be
going-
ready.
So,
So I'm going to.
real quick, because you brought that up, I should specify that Zarcius's are still robes. They are just tailored to look like more of a tuxedo look. So, this is definitely a robe shop. A cloak was kind of close enough. Full on like pants and shirt and things. As you're looking around, you're not seeing that kind of fashion here, guys. Sorry, Kappa, go ahead.
Well, I'm still when it asks me, I'll this is what I'm going to think about. So be ready.
What are you thinking about?
Feel like there's gonna be an image popping up in chat, probably.
Oh, God. Please tell me it's a Godzilla outfit.
It's one to make him actually look like a lizard folk.
Yes!
That would be awesome.
Actually,
I was like, wait a
no.
minute, that's hilarious.
Okay, this was my first idea.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the flame cloak looks pretty cool.
Because all I have is the loincloth.
Don't think they'd make the loincloth.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So, if they only make the cloak, then great. But so, there it is.
Um... Okay. So, Kappa's robe is made. Does Kappa put the robe on?
He does.
Okay. So when Kappa puts his robe on, what Kappa's robe looks like is that it's just his front completely bare, and down below the waist, just this flaming set of what looks like underwear. And then his legs just don't move. So the picture is he's just, if he stands perfectly still, it looks like he's just wearing this flaming loincloth and this really cool, like, white and fiery, like, over-the-shoulder cloak thing. But when he starts moving, like, the image breaks up and... I mean, he's got it. It's just not two pieces. It's one big robe.
I'm
That's
loving
great.
It's like when you buy one of those shirts that looks like a guy with six-pack abs and everything. It looks
You got
weird
it.
when you're running, but yeah.
You got it. 100%. He puts it on, and it looks like he's just wearing the fucking hot underwear there.
Mhm.
Love it.
His new cooking outfit.
Oh, I should have said kiss the cook on the back.
Too late.
Or on the front.
Or on the crotch area there.
That's why I said the front.
Uh-huh.
I was keeping it PG.
Why? We're on YouTube.
Because I don't have enough alcohol in me yet.
The question is Trace gonna get anything? Because everybody else did.
Trace gets a cloak that literally looks like a medal. Trace is busy having a conversation with Villain.
Mm-hmm.
As he quit it, Princess.
You know what? Trace doesn't have an imagination, so we're just gonna skip this part. He can't imagine it.
Why
He
not?
could describe it, but he can't imagine it.
I mean, you've seen what you're looking for, right?
No.
You've not seen like a snowbank?
I mean, I have, but... Alright, fine, I'll step up on the pedestal.
Okay. So what is it that Trace envisions?
I want, it's gonna be like a poncho, right? So there's slits for my arms to come through in the front. But, basically, what I'm imagining is those cloaks from Lord of the Rings, that when you stay still in them and you lay against something, it kind of blends in with it. And since I was told I had to pick an environment, I'm going to pick Arctic tundra environment, because, you know, it's kind of my thing.
Mm-hmm,
So it's like, if I laid up against a snowbank or a sheet of ice, this thing would, like, just cover me completely if I stayed still and you wouldn't be able to see me.
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes later, you get your poncho.
Now he comes off going, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" Every time somebody says poncho, that's the first thing that pops into my head.
That's Dirty Harry, though. And God doesn't know either of those movies.
Really?
Well, like we said, we need to do a reaction movie channel for God to start watching these movies and reacting to them.
He's lived such a sheltered life.
Yeah.
Problem is that I probably own the movie.
You probably own it, just never watched it.
I have a Plex server with thousands of movies.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't
Michael,
know if the Dirty Harry movies are on there or not, though.
I don't know.
My largest collection is 4 terabytes worth of movies. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Bro.
I don't have my own standalone server with a bunch of movies.
Bro. 4 TBs is quick to talk.
It's easier to carry a small 4 terabyte hard drive when you go overseas, though.
Just get you a Plex server. Although I guess you'd still have to have internet connection. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Here's your thing. Everybody's got a cloak. The blue people don't seem to be caring one way or the other.
I think they would care if we attacked anything in there, but since we didn't.
They're probably in there to protect the silk and the spiders and the shop itself, but
Mm-hmm. Once we get out, and we're far enough from the blue people. Hey, Trace, did y'all ever use money here?
I assume I know the answer to that question. Do I remember? I know that I had some coins at some point, but
So, within the city of Yithrin, if you were a citizen, no. Money was never really a thing because everybody had a job. Everybody had a purpose. And so things were just freely traded between them. Now, outside of Yithrin, and trading between Yithrin and other places, there was a kind of monetary trade. In point of fact, you guys found some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Found some large coins on one of the bodies from the illusion tower, I believe.
Okay.
So yes and no. Yithrin's not exactly like a tourist destination, so it's not like there's a whole lot of funds within, but trading with other places, there was some kind of currency.
Okay. So where are we heading to next?
Continuing our way towards the pit of hands, I believe.
Yep.
Welcome to the Pit of Hands. By the way,
In the
Mirren,
pit.
plenty of small metallic objects for you to pick up here, where the tower fell over.
All right. I'll grab some.
And that strange clawing sound is still here. Also, kind of fun and new.
That's never scary.
Well, there seems to be some kind of figure kind of floating, flying, hovering just above the massive hole, staring down.
At us or at the hole?
It's staring down into the hole.
And you said it was like a spectral vision of a person?
It's hovering, flying, kind of just looking down. You know, now that you look at it, you definitely seem to be looking through it. And it turns its head towards you and then disappears.
Hmm.
Even more scary.
If this is the necromancy tower, do you think that the master of the tower turned themselves into a specter before they completely died?
Or a lynch.
response. Perhaps we should ask our resident necromancer.
I agree with Trace.
Are you actually asking me something?
Is it
Response.
possible?
I asked you something earlier as well.
Yes, you did. What were you saying, Zosius?
Is it possible for the master of this tower to have turned themselves into like a specter or a lich or something before they died?
Oh, 100%. Any true arch necromancer's goal is to become a lich or higher level undead.
Great. Great. So it could have been the master of the tower that we just saw, or
one-
something that they created.
How would they keep their soul bound? Because when somebody dies, their soul leaves.
I'm pretty sure that's why necromancers do a lot of research into figuring out how to become a lich, because that's like the main problem right there, the one that you just said.
So maybe all these hands digging around are trying to find the item that has his soul bound to it?
Possibly. But either way, we do need to go down there and find the message. So the question is, do we have a way to dig faster than these hands?
If it's mostly metal, I could probably reshape some of it, but not that amount.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do we know exactly where we need to be, where it is in this mess?
I mean, we know it's
I don't
down, but
think
we don't know
so.
how far. Yeah.
The person who asked that question is dead.
Of course she is. So we know it's been at the top of the tower. Can I see where the base of this tower was at some point?
Above board. We already tried that, and then Villain was like, "Oh, you idiots! You should have asked me. The message is in the bottom of the tower because necromancers put things underground."
Oh,
Mhm.
great.
And Marigold did tell you it's under here.
Underground.
Yeah. Before she died, she did say it was at this hole
Yeah.
under.
Don't
the
know how
ship.
far.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but I can cast a spell that basically does a fountain of earth to spew up.
Yeah,
Like
that's back. If the master of this place is watching over it, I don't want to risk destroying whatever he has these hands looking for.
Well, these
Now-
hands aren't going fast enough, so no matter what, I think we have to get rid of the hands.
Or
I
we
can-
just assist the hands.
Will they let us assist is the question.
Well, no,
Like, if
until
we
we
go-
try.
Well, if you go down there, though, and they don't let you assist, let's just say they attack you, there are literally hundreds of them. You don't want to be down there if they all start attacking you.
I'm going to go down there.
I can
Uh-huh.
cast see invisibility to see if there's anything around here that would interfere with us that we can't see.
How deep is the hole again?
Yes.
We don't know.
Hang on.
I mean, I can clear the hole. That's not an issue. But digging up or getting into where we need to is the problem.
I'm not worried about the hands. I just want to get into the hole.
You don't want to be in there if I'm going to clear the hands, though.
I would rather turn them than instead of you blasting a fireball in there. Because remember,
It's about 40 feet down.
Okay. Give me one moment. I gotta check the.
shit, that could actually turn them all from here. 30 feet. I gotta drop down 10.
She said, so it's 40 feet deep?
To where the hands are, it's 40 feet, and there's a ramp of dirt where these hands have like made a ramp, and you see hands like with a bit of some rocks within their fingers as they crawl, if you will, walk on 2 fingers up the ramp and drop the dirt and debris all around this place, and then like come back down. Like they're actively excavating this place, tiny rock at a time.
Okay. I'm going to get within 30 feet of a rock and lift one up with Mage Hand and kind of mimic one, if you follow.
There is no negative responses from the hands.
That's
Almost.
a good sign.
That is a good sign, but I'm gonna try walking down the ramp
Okay.
Okay, well,
slowly
You-
to see if they react.
You walk down the ramp, and the hands continue digging and like walk around you as they are dumping tiny pebbles around the outside.
So they just have a purpose. I think we're okay. As I speak loud enough for y'all to hear me.
Right? So now we just need to figure out a way to go faster than these hands are going.
I think doing it by hand would take a while.
I,
Mirren, can you do some things and make us some tools?
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me an hour. It
Is
takes
it 1
some
hour, per tool, or 1 hour for just making stuff?
reading right now. Give me a second.
it's just a bunch of rubble in this hole, right? Like a bunch of rocks and shit.
Yeah.
I can make a set of tools, depending upon how big.
So, like shovels?
Yeah, what about a shovel?
That's a question I have to ask my God through prayer, but I can probably make them in an hour. So I'm gonna gather up some metal chunks and go to my channeling my artisan's blessing.
Okay.
La-di-da, making some shovel.
So, what was the specter that we saw that was hovering above? Anybody have a clue as to who or what that was?
My best guess is it was the Archmage of the Tower, possibly, is my guess.
Now, are we going to have a problem with him?
As long as we don't take anything or destroy anything, I don't think so, but never know, I guess.
Well, would digging destroy something?
I would hope not, since all these hands are doing it.
Is there anything that you guys want to do in the hour, or should we just fast forward an hour?
If we can.
I don't have anything to do in an hour. I don't even need a short rest, so I'll just patrol the rim.
Okay. Doing the old rim job. Got it.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
I didn't say it wasn't.
It is a really big rim.
And you do a really good job with it. All right, I'm guessing we're fast forwarding, right? Great. Whoop. Fast forward an hour. Artisan's blessing goes off. Boop. as you've made pickaxes and shovels. However, when you complete this, you get a little in your mind of the not your god. Female voice that goes, praying to a different deity in my presence? For shame. But you are interesting, so there you go. Here's your little tools.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun encounter. All right, as I come out of it,
Yep.
visibly shaken, I'm holding I pick up the tools. You see the pickaxes and shovels, and they're rattling because I'm physically shaking while handing them to y'all.
Right?
Yeah, I gotta watch how often I cast or pray or do anything to my deity here. But here's our tools.
Well, that's a good sign, right?
No, not for me. But it's a good sign for the goal that we can. She is allowing us to continue with what we're doing.
Right?
Does she know what we're doing?
She finds us or at least me interesting. So I guess we just keep doing what we're doing and see what happens.
Well, you remain interesting.
So who all begins to help excavate?
Me.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Nope, I'm up on the rim. Nobody came back. I'm busy. I'm doing rim job duty.
So 3 of you, that's it?
Is Kappa, are you helping?
Yes.
4 of you.
So 4 of us.
Okay. As you 4 grab some of the tools and start going down, the hands they shift away, like they don't seem to interfere. And as soon as you start, the first pickaxe hit the ground, the hands seem to almost get excited and start digging faster. And as you're going ting and shoveling with the shovel, the hands are coming over, grabbing the rubble you're creating, and just taking it up and out.
We just made their job easier.
They seem to be very, very excited about you guys helping.
Okay.
An hour goes by and you're still digging.
Mhm.
Okay.
Another hour goes by and you're still digging. Third hour goes by. Let's see here.
Are we making
No.
visible progress?
Walton's okay. Actually, you guys are still okay. What's Kappa like? Yeah, you guys are still relatively beefy boys. You are you're making progress. You're definitely going down. It's just, it's a big fucking area. It's 40. You guys were 40 feet deep. This tunnel, this place was 40 feet wide. You still got, you guys are having to work around the ramp that the hands have already created, and so you're just going to town. 4 hours goes by.
Okay.
5 hours goes by. You guys are dripping with sweat. Fucking muscles are burning. You're making headway, though. You're definitely making headway. You're getting kind of tired, though. Do you press on?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
For at least 1 more hour, yeah.
All right. So then a 6th hour goes by. You can see there's definitely a visible difference between where you guys started, where you guys are at. You're starting to see less broken stone, like around the walls, and more building wall, if you will. You're starting to actually find the tower itself. A section you've uncovered a section of stairs, even like the beginning of what you could only imagine was the way that the rectangle looked, the rock looked, is definitely a stair. As you like work together to heave that large chunk up and out. It's not a complete staircase. It definitely was just a piece, one stair, if you will. Probably more to go.
I'm going to push.
Yeah.
Or maybe we get some sleep and we can do this faster in the morning, because I'm sure there's something I could turn into to make this faster.
Sleep's not bad. I would like to sleep outside of their area where the hands gotta work, and then we can continue in the morning.
We can set the tent up somewhere nearby that is out of the way and hopefully a little more safe than here anyway.
Well, Trey should have found us a good spot.
I was doing rim jobs.
Still, he had to look for something. He had to see things.
If it helps, 1 hour before we stop, I'll wild shape into an ape, and apparently I can throw rocks in this form. I'll just start chucking them out the hole. Would that help?
I mean, that would help. There is a creature I had in mind to turn into.
Let me guess, an owlbear.
That I think might help a little bit more. I was thinking like a giant badger, because they actually dig, and they can dig pretty quickly.
That's too dirt, not rock, though. I don't think.
I mean,
Why
it's a
am I-
giant.
It's got a burrow
Good.
speed.
Yeah. Why am I picturing if Kappa turned into an ape, all the hands riding the rocks he throws as a ride?
Because you're bonkers.
Yes, yes I am.
All right, so we got Ape Boy dropping the shovel, going full on Ape Man, as you guys with your pickaxes kind of break up large chunks for him to shove his big old meaty ape-like fingers into and start chucking rocks everywhere. It's definitely a little bit faster, but you don't know how much there's left to do. So do you keep going? Do you keep pressing? Or do you not?
I'm done for the day. We're super tired.
Yeah, after my wild shape finishes in an hour, I will call it a day.
I'll keep going until Kappa's wild shape stops.
Yep.
I mean, your wild shape will go for like a couple hours, because it's like half your druid level.
I thought it was an hour.
No, it goes up the higher level druid you become.
Polymorph was an hour. Your druid shape is much longer.
Oh.
Oh, me and Kappa are going to be exhausted.
Well, I'm going to go until I get to the point of exhaustion, and then I'm going to stop. And then before we go, I'll use my chef feed to cook a round of food for everyone.
You can stay in B shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down. So 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
Nailed it.
So if you're going to press those 4 hours, Mirren, you're going to press those 4 hours. Because that's how long his wild shape is going to be. Zarcius, are you going to press those 4 hours?
Nope, I'm gonna go to Trace and tell him we need to find a place to set the tent up that's safe and nearby, and we'll do that while they're digging.
Yeah. I'm gonna go rest with Zarcius. It's
Okay.
been a full day.
Trace, what are you doing?
I guess I'm going with Zarcy's to find a place to put the tent up.
So you just gonna like park your tent in front of the silk shop?
No, I feel like we'll be arrested for loitering if we do that. So, maybe where they're not tossing, rubble up from the hole, but like outside of the ring of where the hands are dumping it.
Okay. So, why don't you finger where you're gonna put your tent? Where'd you finger where you're popping your tent?
Should I also finger the hole that I'm rimming, or?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I think the hole. Where's the hole? Hole's like right here. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that hole right there. Yeah.
God, yes.
That's cool.
Oh yes.
Well, sure, why not? How about like right here in the middle of the cluster, the fallen tower and the two spires here. Some
All right.
space in there.
So, Trace, Zarcius, and Alton go that direction, start setting up the tent. Villain stays and just continues watching the boys work because she's definitely not getting her robes dirty. Huh. However, when you guys all leave, Mirren and wild-shaped Kappa, you see a spectral entity show up again. And it looks down, and it points. It points down, and then it looks up to you, and then points again, and looks up to you, and points again, before fading away.
I go to where he was pointing and start digging there.
Okay. Kappa, do you follow suit, or do you just keep doing your own thing? Kappa, you're muted if you're talking to us.
And he texted a message, so I'm not sure.
Kappa's clearly dead. He died.
Oh, hear you now.
Ah. Uh-huh. So what are you
Okay,
doing,
then.
monkey boy? It's not polymorph, it's wild shape. You retain your intelligence.
But can I speak?
No, I'm just asking, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I follow suit.
Okay, good enough.
I was trying to communicate in ape.
Unfortunately, I don't have speak with animals as a spell.
All right.
So
So you guys are focusing in one spot for the remainder of the wild shape. And as you do so, those hands are just a frenzy in this area, like just crawling over, pulling and digging things, like just helping. Like there's even parts where you get a big chunk out, the ape chucks the rock, and there's a couple hands on the rock flying with it, and it crashes down. Those hands come over and they start still digging. And eventually, just as wild shape is ending, you find a body. The body is obviously crushed, frozen. And as you uncover that, as you start to uncover it, the spectral entity shows up again and just nods to you before fading in a different manner, as though being released. The body you can see seems to be wearing some kind of necklace of beads, and you can just make out script by its head.
I don't know what their religious beliefs are here, but I'm gonna do the give him his last rites. They should have given a long time ago. And I can't read Draconic. Is it strip in Draconic?
Of course it is.
Of course it is. In the Whisper Ring. I need somebody that can read Draconic.
Kappa right next to you goes, I can read Draconic.
Yeah, what's it say?
It says, 7th, trace a circle with the ashes of the dead.
I use my whisper ring. Hey Zarsius, are you keeping track of these clues?
I've been keeping all the clues, yes.
More importantly, Zarsis, are you even still awake?
That's a good point. Probably not.
Probably not. So there's no response, Kappa. No response.
I'm gonna pull out my calligraphy and hit and write in calligraphy exactly what is written there.
Okay.
And then say we need to go to bed.
Okay.
And now my final question, what are the hands doing now that the body's been uncovered and the spectral spirit's faded?
They're still excavating, but
Okay.
in a less frenzied manner.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go find where they're camping and go and crash. With my dirty new cloak.
What's the necklace look like?
It looks like just a bit of twine that's got beads on it. Kind of a an orange and yellow colored bead, about 6 of them.
Ooh. I like that.
It's pretty.
Man, do you care if I take these?
I don't know if it'll piss off all the hands around us or any other spectral entities, but I don't honestly care.
Yeah, I'll pick them up. They match my thong, my new thong.
Alright, so you take the necklace off of the corpse?
I do.
Okay. Well, 200 hands attack you.
Okay.
So let me move Alton. Villain's in the area still. Trace isn't here. Oh, Kappa's here. Kappa's gonna get attacked by 200 hands. Trace is gone. Mirren is here. Zarsius is not. We will leave this so people can still see. And let's see here.
I knew that was going to be a bad idea.
That's fine.
I wonder if you put it back if they'll stop attacking.
Well, he's got to survive the first wave before he could try to do anything. So let's see how many the first wave is, shall we? Out of 200, how many attack at once? 172 attack.
Can 172 get to me at one time?
They're small hands. You're a big guy.
Oh.
Could be swarm rules as well, as small as they are.
Yep. let's see here. Out of the 172 that charge you, I'm going to say only 75 of them actually make contact with you in order to even attempt to break through your armor class. So... let's see, and they get a +3 to hit. Let's see how many hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Somebody remember my natural 20s. Let's see, I've got 1 natural 20. 2, 3. 3 of them are natural 20s. Somebody just remember that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And class of 18. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17 of them are going to hit, with 3 of them being natural 20. So I'm going to do the 17 attacks first. The 17 that actually hits. I mean, it's not an unbearable amount of damage, guys. He might be able to survive.
I just thought it was funny. I found that GIF with the name on it. And then he's standing right next to him. I was like, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
So 49 is just the 17. That made it. And now I need to roll for my 3 crits.
Can I forget that number now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whoosh, it's gone. Nice.
69.
Nice.
Is he unconscious or dead?
Well, the 17 that hit. Oh man, the 17 that hit were enough to knock him unconscious, and then the 3 crits are just tearing him apart. What do you do, Mirren?
In 1 minute, I'm gonna take the necklace and put it back on the body,
Okay.
and then I'll cast Spare to Dying on him,
Okay.
so I can stabilize him and actually get him out of here.
So after that swarm comes over and does what they do, they seem to just, like, they leave you completely alone. You take that necklace, you put it back, and they begin to dig again. You reach out, you cast Spare the Dying, and your magic has no effect.
All right. Searching for the diamond on his body.
Give me an investigation roll.
Better hope I can find this quick.
searching around him, you don't see any diamond on his person. He's got a bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm dumping out his bag of holding.
Okay.
I'm not
You
digging
grab
through
it.
it.
You grab it, turn it inside out. All this shit just falls out of it. How much shit is there? You know what? There's surprisingly an insane amount of crampons. But otherwise, there's not a whole bunch in here, so you are able to find the diamond relatively quickly. The last one.
And the last one is now. Where? Our last third one.
All right, so you focusing that energy, putting the diamond on his body, pushing your divine ability through it, trying to grasp onto the remnants of Kappa's soul to bind it back into his body, and the diamond shatters. I need you to roll a D100. As those motes of energy start falling down towards Kappa, you see them turn to ice and have no effect.
I'm gonna kill that icy bitch. There's nothing else I can do.
I sent you a message, Adam.
You do, Cap. Before we get to you, Cap, Mirren, what do you do? Like villains, like I don't even see his soul.
No,
It's
that
gone.
the icy bitch took it.
Do we do with him what we did with Marigold, and maybe killing her will help?
That's my hope. Because as soon as that diamond shattered and my magic fell, it turned to ice, which means I was blocked.
That is a bitch move.
The air around me is just starting to get hot.
She goes, you may want to grab him and get out of there before you disturb more dead. And the hands attack again.
I'm gonna grab him and get out.
Yep. Taking him back to the tent.
Yep.
As you, with your strength is enough. You may, it's awkward to carry a big old turtle boy that he is, but you can, I won't say easily, but relatively easily grab him, go up the ramp, and I imagine you would have been told where these things are. Villains up here would have seen where they went, and between the two of you, get back to the tent area, and Villain would tell you just go on inside, and she'll start preparing her dome.
All right, I go inside
before she also heads inside. Kappa. after you pull those beads off of the body and the hands attacked, the next thing that you know is that you're at a table. A massive, massive wooden table. And you look around and there's all kinds of food around you. And as you're looking, there's all of your favorites, some things you've never seen before. And then you start getting this uneasy feeling. Because you look down at where you are, and you swear this is a giant plate. And that these green things are almost garnish. As a massive toothy grin smiles down before your existence is extinguished.
I kind of smiled when he did that. Last second was he smiled.
Kappa became food. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode for Rime of the Frostmaiden.
That is the ultimate end to Kappa.